7. Okay, in exercise 5, the most asked questions are 7, 14, and 15. Okay, I'm going to begin with question number 7. It's a very simple question. There is just one hint which is needed in that. Okay, and I'm going to just wait, just give me a minute. I'll share that question here. Let me write the question only. I have it open on the notebook in front of me. This question says, prove that the sum of the squares of the question number 7 says, prove that the sum of the squares of the sides of a rhombus is equal to the sum of the squares of its diagonals. Okay, prove that the sum of the squares of the sides of a rhombus is equal to the sum of the squares of its diagonals. Let's first draw a diagram. Okay, let's first draw a diagram, and in the interest of time, I'm not going to make it a very discussion oriented class. Okay, we're going to stick to you being alert on the time and raising hands and immediately asking whichever step you don't understand. Okay, I'm going to count on you on that. For that, give me a thumbs up. This is okay with you? Yeah, we want to cover a larger chunk of doubts today. So it's going to be like one way unless and until you ask doubts. Okay. Yeah, not the usual type, but we're going to do it today. Yeah. Asgar, Mansa, Kishan, you okay with that? Chalo, let's begin. Okay. So here we are. Prove that the sum of the squares of a side of a rhombus. So first of all, I need a rhombus. Okay. First of all, I need a rhombus. This is my rhombus. Can someone quick Right. Okay. I'm very difficult in doing that, but I'll just remind you what a rhombus is. A rhombus has 4 sides equal. A rhombus is a parallelogram, but special about parallelogram, in apart from parallelogram properties, it has 4 sides equal. Okay, this is an extra property of rhombus. So this defines a rhombus. Okay, this is a rhombus, a parallelogram in which 4 sides are equal. Okay, we good with this? Give me a thumbs up if this is clear with everyone. Okay, a parallelogram with 4 sides equal, that's a rhombus. Okay, so I have ABCD. I want all your eyes on me. Okay, all your eyes on the board, all complete attention at all times. Okay, now in this particular situation, that is in case of a rhombus, there is one more special thing. Okay, but one very special property, one very unique property which happens in a rhombus and also in a square, but we'll come to that. Yeah, so let's write what is given and to prove. Given is that ABCD is a rhombus. Okay, that's all that is given. Okay, and to prove is sum of the squares of the sides of a rhombus, sum of the squares of the sides of a rhombus is equal to sum of the squares of its diagonals. So sum of the squares of the sides of the rhombus, which means AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus DA square, this is the sum of the squares of the sides of a rhombus, is equal to sum of the squares of its diagonals, which is sum of the squares of its diagonals, which is AC square plus BD square. Everyone clear with to prove and given? Everyone clear with to prove and given? Give me a thumbs up. I want you to be quick on your tabs. Yeah. All right. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Waiting for everyone. Anyone has doubt? Mute. Stopping. Okay. Moving on. So this, Tulsi, go ahead. You're raising your hand. Tell me.
Not doubt, sir.
Whoever is in school, wear earphones. Otherwise, this is going to echo. Okay. Otherwise, Tulsi, move on to the corridor. Sit in the corridor. Something like that can be done. We can't talk with you, like people not wearing earphone in school.
Sir, I will also join with Manas and Dilrub only, sir. I am also sitting with them, sir.
Okay, tell me what's going on. What did you want to share first? Tell me that.
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, Tulsi, I can hear you.
Sir, what no, sir? I am also sitting with Dilruba and Manasa, so I will also join from
No problem.
there.
Continue. Tell me what do you want to share here. That is why you raised your hands. That was all why you raised your hands.
Yes, sir. Should tell, sir, or else.
Ayo, okay, ma. Fine. Thank you.
you.
No problem, no problem, no problem. Yeah, thank you for telling that. Okay, we are a little low on time to see. Yeah, no problem. It's fine. I got what you wanted to say. Okay, moving on. So this is my two proof. This is my given. Now going on to proof. Going on to the proof. Yeah. Now for the proof, I am going to recall. See, there are squares. They're talking about squares of sides here. Okay, which means somehow the Pythagoras theorem or its converse has to be involved. Okay, then only squares of sides will come. Okay. Also, there is one more way, which is the area in which in that ratio is there. Ratio of similar areas of similar triangles is equal to the square of the sides, but that is separate. Here I can see squares of sides are being added, which means Pythagoras theorem is involved in some way. Okay, that's why that's the hint I'm getting from the question. And then my mind is going, in rhombus, where is 90 degree? In rhombus, is there a 90 degree or not? Anyone remembers a rhombus having a 90 degree somewhere? Manisha, go ahead.
Sir, only where diagonals intersect.
Diagonals bisect. This is a very, very crucial property of rhombus, which is diagonals bisect at 90 degree. Okay, we had proved this in quadrilaterals chapter in the last year. Okay, in quadrilaterals last year, which means this is an accepted theorem, which means I can use this property right now. I don't need to prove it again. Okay, diagonals bisect at 90 degree in a rhombus, also in a square, but in square diagonals are also equal. Here diagonals are different length. So this diagonal, this and this will be equal. This green part and this green part will be equal, plus all of these four angles will be 90 degree. Okay, that's what the conclusion is. Diagonals bisect at 90 degree. Everyone okay with this so far? Bisect means this and this. So let's mark the center point as O, because you don't want to. Okay, AO is equal to CO. BD is DO is equal to OB. That's one thing. Okay, diagonals are bisecting. Also, they are bisecting at right angles. Okay, that's going to happen. Give me a fist if this property is clear for you. Quickly in the chat box. Yeah. Everyone, I want you to be quick. Fist in the chat box. Excellent. Yeah. Now diagonals are bisecting at 90 degree, which means there are four right triangles here. Okay, these are four right triangles here. Okay, so let's write this down. Okay, with diagonals bisect at 90 degree, we know that we have to first write this, because we know that in a rhombus, diagonals bisect at 90 degree. Therefore, angle AOD is equal to angle BOA is equal to angle COB is equal to angle DOA is equal to 90 degree, and also AO is equal to OC and BO is equal to OD. Okay, reason I have written above. This is the reason I have written this here. So, or you can write here and you can write the reason in bracket also, your choice, whichever way you want to approach this. Okay. Now this means I have right triangles here, which means I can bring the Pythagoras theorem into action. Okay, I'm going to bring that into action right now. So in triangle, let's take all of these four triangles. Okay, in triangle AOD, I get AD square is equal to DO square plus AO square. Okay, now see, AD square is here. Okay, like this, if I take all these four right triangles, I'm going to get all of this on the left side. Okay, because all of these are going to be hypotenuses. So this is a hypotenuse, this is a hypotenuse, for this is the hypotenuse, and for this is the hypotenuse. So I'm going to do that for all four triangles. Okay, I'm going to do that for all four triangles. So triangle AOB mein, you can write right triangle AOB, right triangle AOB, AB square is equal to AO square plus BO square. Please write this part. I'm skipping in the interest of time. So I have BC square is equal to BO square plus CO square, and CD square is equal to DO square plus CO square. Okay, that gives me these four equations, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, obviously all of these have the same reason, Pythagoras theorem. You can write in, if you are running out short of time, you can write it like this also. Okay, Pythagoras theorem. Yeah, obviously you have to write in triangle BCO, in triangle CDO and all. Okay, I'm skipping that part. Everyone good so far? Now I am going to add these four. Why am I adding this four? So that I get my left hand side of the to prove part together. You see AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus BA square. Okay, I'm going to get all of that on the left hand side if I add these four equations. So I'm going to add those four. Okay, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. All right, that gives me AD square plus AB square plus BC square plus CD square. Okay, it will need rearranging if you want to write in the same order. That's not that essential. We know addition is commutative. So what do I get on the right hand side? Okay, I want you to notice very carefully what is happening on the right hand side. I have 2 times I have DO square, 2 times I have AO square, 2 times I have BO square, 2 times I have CO square. So what I can do is I can take 2 common. You can obviously write the step before that where you write everything. I'm skipping that step. 2 into DO square plus AO square plus BO square plus CO square. Okay, everyone okay with this? Give me a fist in the chat box if this step is clear for you. How I got this? When I add this plus this, I'll get 2 DO square, this plus this 2 AO square, this plus this 2 BO square, this plus this 2 CO square. I've taken 2 common outside. I hope we are good. Yeah, anyone has a doubt here, please raise your hands, tell me if there's any confusion. Raise your hands and tell me if you have any confusion. Moving ahead in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now, guys, from here, what is one more thing which I know? Okay. I know that now you see here, this is not going anywhere close to ACBD. Okay. But something is happening. Okay. It's not right hand side, it's not going anywhere close to ACBD, but I have it in terms of AO, BO, CO, and DO. But if you note very carefully, we have already seen AO is equal to OC. Okay. Which means AO and OC, I can write as AO only. We getting this? One more thing, okay? Because diagonals are bisecting at 90 degree, I also know AO is equal to half of AC. Is this okay with everyone? AO is equal to half of AC and BO is equal to half of BD, okay? Because it is bisecting, which means this is forming half of the full diagonal. Same way, AO is forming half of the full diagonal. Tell me if this particular thing which I wrote just now is good with you, or is there a confusion? I'll wait for 10 seconds for people to absorb this. This is also coming from the same logic, okay? Diagonals bisect is telling me, okay, whatever part is forming is half of the full part, okay? We good? Anyone has a doubt? Give me a thumbs up on screen if you're good with this. We'll wait for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Mansa, I hope you're giving it for everyone. Yeah, Dinesh, you good? Okay, so this means, so I'm going to use all of this. Okay, I'm going to use all of this. First, let's write this as equation A. I forgot to mark this. Let's write this as equation Roman number 1, and this stuff 1 and 2. Okay, anyhow, you can do the equation writing later. You know what I'm talking about, right? So I'm going to write here. Left hand side will be as it is. Okay, not changing anything. 2 into, first I'm going to add, so in place of CO, I'm going to write AO, okay? So AO square plus AO square it will come. Then in place of BO, I will write DO, okay? In place of BO, I'll write DO. Why? Because BO is equal to OD and AO is equal to OC, okay? So I'm going to get something like this, AO square plus AO square, or let's write like this. First let's write here BO square in place of DO square. Then you have plus AO square as it is, plus BO square as it is, and plus AO square in place of CO square. Okay. Why? Because AO is equal to CO. Okay. So their squares will be also equal. If both are 4 centimeter, both their squares will be 16 centimeter square. Now this left hand side remains as it is, 2 into, now what happens inside you see, 2 AO square plus 2 BO square. Okay. I'm adding this plus this, and I'm adding this plus this. Everyone okay so far? Give me any confusion, please unmute and tell me. I'll wait for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Moving ahead. Yeah. Now that when I take this 2 inside, now you see I'm going to open the bracket. Okay. What happens is 4AO square plus 4BO square. Okay. I've just opened the bracket, and there is something interesting going to happen now, because AO is equal to half of AC. I can substitute this part here, okay? And I can substitute this part in place of BO. And that is what is going to lead me to the final thing. So I'm going to write this as 4 into half of AC ka whole square plus 4 into half of BD ka whole square. When I do whole square, denominator also gets squared. So 4 AC square by 4 plus 4 BD square by 4. 4 and 4 get cancelled. 4 and 4 get cancelled. I have AC square plus BD square. My left side is already the sum of all sides, AD square plus AB square plus BC square plus CD square. This is a hence proved. Yes, guys, how are we feeling about this? It's a very simple proof. Only thing is, see, all the proofs in this exercise are like this. Yeah, you just have to manipulate squares, think of which square to use, and then do all that. Yeah, I want to fistify in the chat box about this particular question immediately. Fistify in the chat box. How are you feeling? We will not be copying now. I'll be sharing the screenshot, but I want to get a confirmation if you are really comfortable with this. Guys, later on, don't just copy. Yeah. I want, maybe you can copy once, but at least, you know, like do it yourself. Yeah. Do it yourself once after you copy it once. Okay. Thank you, Mansa. Yes, yes, G, obviously, I have not done it properly. I have jumped certain things. You should mark this as some equation number. I had already written 1, 2, 3, 4, so I did not mark. Okay. You have to mark this as some equation number. You have to mark these as some equation number, and you have to use them in later. Yeah, you have to write the reason as from, obviously, you have to write it as from the previous equation bracket. Okay. That's correct, G. That is the appropriate way of doing. Okay. I'm going to move ahead now. Yeah. Everyone comfortable with me moving ahead? Can I get a thumbs up if you're good? Bindu, go ahead. You have a doubt?
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, can you share your screen?
Yeah. Yes, Bindu.
Sir, I did not understood that red color arrow part, sir.
Red color arrow part here. This one?
Yes, sir.
Bindu, we have told earlier that BO is equal to DO, no? Here.
Yes, sir.
Why is that equal? Because diagonals are bisecting, no?
Yes.
So BO is equal to DO.
Yes, sir.
Diagonals are bisecting. This is a property which we showed in 9th grade. Okay, so far?
Yes, sir.
Now BO is equal to DO. So in place of DO, I can write BO, no?
Yes, sir, we can write.
Okay. In place of CO, I can write AO, no? Just like that. Just like AO is equal to OC. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Got it now?
Yes, sir, clear.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Bindu. I'm glad you asked. Anyone else? Moving ahead in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. And we're going on to question number 15 now. Okay. Question number 15 has been put somewhere here, no? Yeah. In an equilateral triangle. Okay. Let's do this. Question number 14 is also a good question, but I think both, if we do, we might not have sufficient time. Let's take one of this. Okay, let's take question number 15. This is because it actually uses equilateral triangle. Now, there are some questions in exercise 4 also which use equilateral triangle. Actually, you know, let's keep this. We'll come back to this question. Okay, let's do question number 14 only. Yeah, question number 14 says what? Let me pull up that question. Question number 14 says a perpendicular from A on the side. Okay, let me copy this down. This is the thing, and diagram is also given. Figure 6.55. Yeah. Here we are. This is the question. This is the diagram. Okay. A perpendicular from A on the side BC of triangle ABC intersects BC such that DB is equal to 3CD. DB is what? DB is equal to 3 times this. Okay. So here one more will come, here one more will come, here one more will come. Okay, this is our understanding which we need to have. Okay, so you write the given whatever is here. Okay, like you can write AD is perpendicular to BC, and of course you have to write DB is equal to 3CD. Okay, these are the two things that are given. To prove, we can write from here as it is. I'm not going to write that right now. So we're moving on to the proof. Yeah, proof. This is my to proof. Okay, AB square. So what all do I need? I need AB square, I need AC square, I need BC square. Okay, AB square I need. Okay, AC square I need, and somehow BC square also should come. Okay, but definitely, obviously, we know Pythagoras theorem will be involved. Okay, right triangle is there, plus square of side ka sum is there. Yeah, so I'm going to write whatever I get by Pythagoras theorem first. Okay, whatever I get by Pythagoras theorem, I'm going to write that. Okay, so first of all, in triangle ABD, I have AB square is equal to AD square plus BD square. Okay, then also in triangle ACD, I have AC square is equal to AD square, again AD square, okay, plus DC square. All right, I have to get if you see this particular two proof statement carefully, guys, okay, see this particular two proof statement very carefully. AB square and AC square are on the two other sides of the equation. Okay, which means I can go it by do two things. Okay, I can actually write this as DC square plus AD square is equal to AC square, and then I can add them so that AB and AC come on two different sides. Okay, or alternatively, I can subtract it also. Okay, I can subtract equation 2 from equation 1. So if I subtract 2 minus 1, I will get AB square minus AC square. Correct? Then AC square will go other side, it will become plus AC square. Okay, so I'm going to do the subtraction part. That's just an idea. Yeah, so I'm going to do the subtraction part. Let's see what happens going forward. Yeah, so this is my first equation, this is my second equation. I'm going to do 1 minus 2, first equation minus second equation, that is second from the first. I get AB square minus AC square is equal to, oh interesting, AD square minus AD square is gone. Okay, anyhow, let's write this AD square plus BD square minus AD square minus DC square. Okay, so I have AD square minus AD square is gone, so you have BD square minus DC square. Okay, BD square minus DC square. How can we move this towards BC? Okay, this is an important thing. Now let's keep this equation aside. Okay, AB square minus AC square, BD square minus DC square. Do we know a relation already? Let's see, BD and DC. We don't know a relation. BD and DC, yeah, we know a relation already. DB. Yeah. This is already given. BD is equal to 3DC. Yeah. So I can do that substitution here. I need to make it in terms of anything. Okay, I can make in terms of DC or BD, whichever you want. I'm going to put BD is equal to 3CD. So in place of this, I can write, in place of this, guys, I hope you guys are following here. In place of BD, I am going to write, see, this is BD, okay? I'm going to write 3CD. So this will become 3DC the whole square. Okay, the whole square is coming because already whole square is here. Okay, guys, tell me if this step is clear for you or not. Can I get a fist to 5 quickly if the step is clear for you or not in the chat box? Fist to 5 in the chat box quickly if the step is clear or not. All I did is substitute. Okay, I know substitution was confusing because I was using BD and they are using DB, but it's the same thing basically. So in place of BD, I'm going to write 3CD the whole square. Yeah, 3CD the whole square. Because whole square is coming because here there is already a whole square. Yeah. Okay, Shripriya, are you following this? Can I get a quick check from you? Shripriya, are you following this? Now that I've done the substitution, okay, leave the left hand side as it is. I'm going to get 3DC whole square, which means it's 9DC square minus DC square. Okay. How am I getting this? Because 3 square is this what? A into B whole power M is equal to A power M into B power M. Okay, so 3 into 3, 3 to the power 3 will come. Okay, 3 to the power 2 will come. That is actually 3 square, that's 3, that's 9, 9 DC square minus square. This is 9 minus 1, that's 8 DC square. Okay. AB square minus AC square is equal to 8 DC square. Now I have reached a situation where I have right side I have in terms of DC square. Okay. Now I have to change DC in terms of BC. Why I need BC? Because right side is apart from AB and AC, I only have BC. Yeah. Apart from AB and AC, I only have BC. Guys, if someone gets Shripriya to sit next to you, please. If she's struggling to join, let her try once or twice and then get her to sit next to you. Yeah. So right now, I am thinking DC is equal to how much BC? Okay. DC is equal to how much BC? Can I express it like that? So that the equation will only contain BC. The equation will stop containing DC and we can introduce BC. Okay. So I'm just going to write this as equation number 3. I'm going to stop this for a while. I'm going to stop this process for a while. And I'm going to go back to, we know DC plus BD is equal to BC. Okay. Which means DC plus, in place of BD, I can write 3DC because it's given. Yeah. From here, DC plus 3DC is equal to BC. So 4DC is equal to BC. Everyone okay so far? Basically, we talked this earlier also. No, this one, and inside this, there are 3 of these. So 4 times if you do DC, we get BC. Okay. Which means I need to do, so I can just do DC is equal to 1 by 4 BC. This A, DC is equal to 1 by 4 BC, and I can just substitute this 4 in this equation. Okay. And my equation 3 will start containing only the things which are in 2 proof. Okay. I'm going to go into that. I'm going to substitute 4 in 3. What happens? Left side remains as it is. AB square minus AC square is equal to 8 into DC square. In place of DC square, I'm going to write 1 by 4 BC the whole square. Okay. See the magic happening here. AB square minus AC square is equal to 8 into BC square by 16. Same rule. This and this get cancelled 2. So you end up having AB square minus AC square is equal to BC square by 2. 2 goes to the left hand side. You get 2 into AB square minus AC square whole is equal to BC square. So you open the bracket, 2AB square minus 2AC square is equal to BC square. So you see, I am just trying for an equation in which only these 3 terms are there: AB square, AC square, BC square. Automatically I've got this. I just got to move 2AC square to the right hand side. I'm at my goal. Yeah. So this gives us 2AB square is equal to 2AC square plus BC square. I'm just taking this to the right hand side. Yeah, that's my 2 proof statements. Hence proved. I'm waiting for a fist fight from everyone. Okay, now just to tell you my thought process. Okay, this is because this is a new type of, like, this is a type of proof we are not used to. These types of proofs we're not used to. But just to tell you my thought process here, I am seeing the 2 proof statement. I am clear I have to use Pythagoras. Okay, I write down whatever Pythagoras theorem statements are possible. I'm writing that down. Once I've written that down, I'm saying, okay, how to do so that I get AB on one side and right side I should get AC. So because of that, AB square, AC square, so I'm going to subtract it. So I subtract it, I reach a place where I have something like this. Now I'm thinking DC square is not asked in the 2 proof statement, not there in the 2 proof statement. So to substitute it, change it in terms of BC. I do that, and then automatically my statement changes to what is given as 2 proof. Yeah, if I just stick to proper maths. Yeah. That's question number 14 for you guys. We'll give you guys a minute to absorb and respond fistify in the chat box, and then we will continue. Question number 14 for you guys. We'll give you guys a minute to absorb. Okay. Yeah, you're going to copy this later. Take a minute to absorb. Go through each step. When you do it yourself, please do it yourself. Apart from copying, do it yourself also. Once you copy, once you do it yourself. Yeah, that's my strong recommendation. Okay, giving you guys a minute to rest your mind. Yeah, then we'll move on. All right, guys. How are you feeling, Nishchay? How are you feeling? You good? Yeah. Okay. So the next thing we are going to go into. So there are two separate topics. Okay. One is this equilateral triangle ka questions in exercise 4, and then there is exercise 3 ka one very simple question. Okay. So I'm going to do the exercise 3 wala question first, because let's not like I've postponed. It's a very simple question, but let's do that first. Yeah. Where are we? Exercise 3, question number 15, which was the vertical pole casts a shadow. This guys, you know, I'll tell you one thing. This exact question, okay? This exact question which we are writing right now on the board has come in the board exam, okay? Exact question. They have not even changed a word. It's as it is from your exercise, okay? And it's actually a very, very simple question. Okay. There is a simple understanding which you need to know. Okay. It's a very simple. It's actually, you remember that example question, no, where there was a tower, where there's a lamp post and a girl was walking, she reached here, and then this was the thing. Now, in this case, we knew that this triangle was similar to this triangle. Yeah. We knew that because this line was parallel to this line. So these two triangles are similar. Okay. And then we used, then we did this question. But this question is also very similar. It's based on a fundamental understanding of like what happens when sun is at the same time. Okay, how can we compare two shadows? Okay, so this, I'm going to take a minute to explain this. Yeah. Now, if you see, now think about, there is a vertical pole, and what are the two things here? There is a vertical pole and a tower. Okay, so the tower is obviously longer. So this is the tower. Okay, this is a tower. Okay. And on the same ground, okay, on the ground at the same time, there is another vertical pole. Yeah. Okay. This vertical pole is also there. Now, guys, the sun is very, 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 very far. Okay. Actually, let me draw the diagram again. What you need to understand here is that the sun is very, very, leave this vertical pole. Okay. Let me take a breath. Okay. Let me take a breath. Okay, let's not hurry. Shanti say, let's do it. Okay, here we are. So suppose Dikshit is walking here. Okay, and suppose there is a in the same, you can think in the same city. It should not be very far. It should be very close to the latitude and longitude. Okay, geographically speaking, it should be close to the latitude and longitude. Suppose I'm sitting in Chansandra, someone in Hope Farm, someone in Whitefield. It does not make a big difference. Okay. Say here there is a tower. Okay, some prestige apartment is there. Okay, you know what? Sun is so far away. The sun is so far away that the angle which it makes on Dikshit is the same angle that it will make on this tower. Okay, that's one important understanding you should have. Okay, sun rays, see, sun is not this much small. No, sun is like huge, right? So its rays are coming from like really, really far off. And so you can think that the assumption is in the same place at the same time, or you can say not even same place, in nearby places at the same time, sun rays are parallel to each other. Okay, obviously this is not true if you're thinking of one person in Mumbai, one person in Kolkata. Okay, that will not be true. Even though we have the same standard time, it will not be true. But in the same place, which is same latitude, same longitude, very close to each other, then sun rays are parallel to each other, which means this angle and this angle are going to be same. Okay, you also know this person is standing at 90 degree, tower is also standing at 90 degree, which means these two triangles will be similar by AA rule. Are we good with this understanding? Yes, Dikshit, 150 million kilometers. But since it is coming from so far, we will not think, see, when sun rays are leaving the sun, it is going different direction. But Earth is so chotu sa in front of sun, and we are in that city, in that one Bangalore city, in that one Whitefield, which is so chotu sa in front of sun. and we are considering the rays to be parallel. How are we feeling about this? Give me a fist to 5. Yeah. Not, we cannot count the rays, Dikshit, sorry. Don't say 1 ray, 2 rays. Okay. But whatever rays, there are infinite number of rays, they are parallel. Okay. Yeah. This understanding means, so if you want, you can draw this diagram. You can draw this diagram. Yeah. You can draw this diagram. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Okay. This is one sun ray. This is one sun ray. There are millions of such sun rays. Yeah. But all these sun rays are parallel to each other at the same time. It's important, you should understand, okay, that at the same time and for nearby place. Okay, if we think of now 1 o'clock, 1:30, sun direction is changed, so sunrise will not be parallel to that how it was 1 hour or half an hour ago. Okay, yeah, giving you 30 seconds to draw things. Does not matter who the person is, what the figure, what the, like, the tallest of the towers built by human beings, does not matter, because it is very, very small compared to the distance of the sun. Okay, so we are going to assume this assumption that in nearby places and at the same time, sun rays are parallel to each other. Okay, so we are going to draw this diagram now, which is, this is the vertical pole. Let AB be the vertical pole, and let this one be our tower. Okay, XYZ. Okay, so AB is how much? 6 meter. XYZ is 28 meter. Okay, shadow is 4 meter for the tower, for the pole. Okay, whatever is given, I have done that. AB is the tower. AB is tower. No, sorry, AB is vertical pole. AB is vertical pole, which means like one flag pole or something. And your XY is one tower. Okay, XY is a tower. It is at the same time, they're saying, right? Which means this theta is equal to this theta. Okay, does not know, we don't know what is a theta, but it's equal. We also know both are standing straight, right? Vertical means it is standing 90 degree. Unless and until they have given leaning tower of Pisa, you don't have to worry about the angle, okay? Or some other special thing, yeah? Yes, now this much, if it is clear for you, now we know these two triangles will be similar. Okay, triangle ABC will be similar to triangle XYZ. Why? AA rule. Okay, you can prove this. Everyone okay with proving this, right? Angle X is equal to angle A. Reason is sun rays in the same time. Okay, sun rays in the same time. Okay, and angle B is equal to angle Y. So these two are similar. I'm not going to go into that. You can write this part. Okay, that means if these two triangles are similar, then their sides are in the same ratio, which means if their sides are in the same ratio, we know that AB by XY is equal to BC by YZ. AB, you put, how much is AB? 6 by XY is 28, is equal to 4 by YZ. Calculate YZ. YZ is equal to 4 into 28 by 6. Am I doing it correctly? 6 by 28 is equal to 4 by YZ. Yeah. So this will be 3, this will be 2, it will be 56 by 3. Do the division and you write that many meters. Okay, some decimal point will come, that many meters. Is my answer correct? 26 will go 8 times 0.88. Yeah, is my, how are you feeling about this question now, guys? Can I get a fist to 5 in the chat box?
Sir, can you repeat the reason for the angle A being equal to angle X?
Angle A equal to angle X. Reason is sun rays at the same time are parallel to each other. Okay, this is our assumption is the reason. This yellow wala is sun ray, no?
Yes,
You getting it? Here also tower means this is my sun ray. You getting it? Riza.
yes,
Okay, so they are parallel. So whatever angle they will make with the vertical pole, that same angle they will make with the tower also. Okay.
yes. Okay,
Correct?
thank you.
Yeah, because both of these things are perpendicular to the ground, so automatically it's like corresponding angle. No, Riza, wherever this person is standing, and this vertical pole and tower are standing, these are two parallel lines because they are both 90 degree to the ground.
Yes, sir.
You understood now? So this
Yes.
is parallel. So yeah. Okay. All right. Can I get a fist of 5 how you're feeling about this question right now in the chat box quickly? In the meantime, let me check if I've made some mistake in calculation. 6.3. Oh, sorry guys, I have made a mistake in the question only, guys. Hello, no one told me. I did not. They're asking the height of the tower and 28 meters is the shadow. Come on. Okay, guys, mistake here. This is height of the tower. This 28 meters is a shadow. Okay, this is given. This is 28 meter. This is what they're asking. Okay, so this is wrong here. This is not correct. Here it is YZ. Okay, I should have read the question. This is the mistake which happens when we don't read the question properly, including me. Okay. So yeah, here we are AB by XY. So AB you write 6 by XY is equal to 4 by 28. 6 into 4 by 6 into 28 by 4 is equal to XY. So this gets, this goes, this becomes 7. So XY is equal to 42 meter. This is the height of the tower. Okay, the concept remains the same. I just made a mistake in what is 28. Yeah, 28 was the length of the shadow, something we should have paid attention. Length of the shadow was 28. Okay. All right, guys, how are we feeling now? It's okay, Dikshit, because the process was the same, right? So it's okay if, like, I mean, the question we just jumped a little bit quickly. I made that mistake. Yeah. But the understanding comes from how, like, the concept which is and working at the background of this. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a minute to take things down, or just to like understand, wrap your head around it, and tell me in the chat box how you're feeling. We're going to shoot over 10 minutes, guys. Anyone wants any confusion? Anyone wants any clarification here? Please unmute and tell. This is actually a very low, it's just a 2-mark question in board exams, yeah. And the exact same question was asked. Why I'm saying is this is a concept which we need to understand. See, here is where science and maths comes together. Okay. In the real world, actually, it will not be exactly parallel. There will be 0.0001 degree angle difference between these two things. Okay, because they're not exactly standing at the same spot. But we assume that because real world and mathematics is like the perfect world, and the real world we make adjustments to accommodate that. Yeah. Don't know if I'm making sense, but I really wish I could have taught this in much more fun and if we had the time. Sorry, guys. Moving on. Next thing which we want to do is exercise 4. There are some equilateral triangle stuff. Okay. Let me look at exercise 4 once. Don't know if I'll be able to cover everything today, but it's okay. It's a few questions, we'll keep coming back to it later. Yeah, I've made note of all your doubts. Okay, let's start with, this is exercise 4, question 5. Okay, exercise 4, question 5. Let me copy the question on the board. Who will have asked this? Can you just raise your hands? Exercise 4, question 5. if you know what I'm talking about. D, E, and F are respectively the midpoints of sides A, B, B, C, and CD of triangle, CA of triangle ABC. Find the ratios of areas of triangle. This one, what is happening to this? This is the question. Yeah. Now I'll just give one hint here. Okay. Bindu, I think you had this doubt. I think Dilruba had question 6. Anyone else who had this doubt? Raise your hands. Hey, come on, people have sent this to me as doubts. You don't know yourself? Deepak, you had this doubt? Okay. Deepak, triangle ABC. I'm just going to give a hint, okay? ABC, D is here, midpoint. D is midpoint of AB. E is midpoint of BC. And F is midpoint of CA, okay? Deepak, first of all, triangle DEF, they've already talked. So draw the triangle DEF, okay? Now my hint will be, you prove this as similar to this whole big triangle, okay? For that, you may need to use the midpoint theorem. I don't know, you might need to use a few things, okay? Yes. And then once you do that proof, once you show that this triangle is similar to the big triangle, the angles might not be exact, okay? So maybe A will correspond to D and all, okay? So just watch that carefully. Once you do that, you will get the ratio easily by taking, because this is like EF is half of BC, no? EF will become half of BC from midpoint theorem. Okay, then you can just take EF square by BC square. Okay, area of triangle DEF by area of triangle ABC from our areas of similar triangles का theorem. This will become 1 by 4 BC square. So 1 by 2 BC the whole square. ऐसे करके कर लेना. दीपक समझ आया?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Anyone who did this question, did you do this the same way? Riza, you did this question, you did the same way?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. It's easy to prove these two triangles are similar, right? Okay.
Yes.
So similar proof करना है और midpoint theorem लगा के EF और BC के बीच में relation find करना है, and then you do the take the ratio, okay? Squares का ratio. Okay, Deepak? Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on, question number question number 6, Dilruba, question number 6 के लिए 6 बहुत easy है यार, like ratio of two similar triangles का areas, ठीक है, which is area of triangle ABC divided by area of triangle XYZ, if they are already, we have shown they are similar, is equal to the squares of their medians. हाँ, तो ये AD X है समझो, तो AD square by DM square, sorry XM square. Dilruba, क्या करना है इसके लिए? We have, in one of the example questions we have done. Dilruba, watch me. Dilruba, this is a question, right? You have a doubt in?
Yes, sir.
Dilruba, ध्यान देना अभी, ठीक है? See, we already know this ratio is equal to AB square by XY square, correct?
Yes, sir.
This is from the theorem, right? We have proved that theorem. अब क्या करना है? AB की जगह AD लाना है and XY की जगह XM लाना है. In place of AB, you have to bring AD somehow, and in place of XY, you have to bring XM somehow. Okay, it's very simple, Dilruba. If you are proving this triangle and this triangle as similar, triangle ABD is similar to triangle XYM. If you show, you can show that AB by XY will be equal to AD by XM. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Once you show this, in place of this, you can write this, no? Okay. Okay. Shall I move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we are going to go to question number 7. This is a good question because it requires a little drawing. Okay. That's all that is good in this. Nothing else is good in this question. Question number 7 says, prove that the area of an equilateral triangle described on one lot of language is there, but we will make it simpler. Okay, we will just understanding the language is a struggle, I think. Otherwise, it's a simple question. Okay. Sabse pehle to, what is it saying? There is an equilateral triangle described means drawn on one side of a square. Okay, so let's first draw a square. Let's first draw a square. My square is like this. Okay, let me actually draw it down because I think we need some space. Okay, so this is my square. One equilateral triangle is here, we are saying. Okay, so suppose the square is A, this will be A, this will be A, this will be 60, 60, 60. Okay, equilateral triangle, hai na? Okay, so this is one equilateral triangle here. So let A, B, C, D be the square. Then BC is equilateral triangle. Okay, area of equilateral triangle described on this. So area of triangle BCE, I'm writing my to prove statement. Okay, area of triangle BCE, this is to prove. Okay, the ratio, no, so it's not ratio. Area of triangle is equal to half the area of the equilateral triangle described on one of its diagonals. So first I will have to draw diagonal. Let BD be a diagonal. Okay, diagonal of the square I'm drawing. Then on that I'm making one equilateral triangle. This is very funny. Okay, wait, let me make it a little later. On top of this diagonal, I'm going to make an equilateral triangle. So this will come somewhat like this. Okay, I'm going to draw, let me draw this one. So like here, like something like this one equilateral triangle will come. Okay, let this be X. Okay, so is equal to half of area of BXD. Okay, is my to prove diagram given clear? Can I get a fist if I want the to prove diagram and given? Okay, see what I'm just interpreting the question. Okay, it says area of equilateral triangle described on one side of square, which means I'm first drawing a square. On that I'm drawing one equilateral triangle on one side. Okay, that is this one. Okay, this is not straight line. Okay, this is not a straight line. Yeah, this looks so in my diagram. Now then it's saying it's equal to half of area of area of equilateral triangle described on one side diagonals. So diagonal I'm drawing a triangle, equilateral triangle there. Okay, obviously these two triangles are both equilateral, which means all are 60, 60, 60, which means both are similar. So no doubt, when I write the proof, okay, I can start with this statement only. Triangle BEC is similar to triangle BDX. Okay, why? Because both are equilateral. So 60, 60, 60. Dilruba, this is okay with you?
Yes, sir.
AAA, right? AAA. So 60, 60. So what can I get? What can I get? Area of triangle BCE, BEC, whichever you want to write. Okay, by area of triangle BDX. Now, which one will help us? Which side will we should choose? That's an important thing. Okay, I will choose BC by BD because then I can find one relationship between them also. So this will be equal to BC square by BD square. Okay, you have to take like corresponding sides, but it's equilateral triangle. Anyhow you rotate the triangle and put, it will be similar. Okay, so obviously you can change this also. You can write BCE. Okay, BCE. Okay. Now I am going to BC and BD. I'm going to concentrate on BC and BD now because I want to remove all of this. I want to get half here so that when I take this to the right side, it becomes half. Okay, I'm going to see what can be done. We know this is a right triangle. We know this is a right triangle. We know this is A, this is A. We know this, if we take this A square plus A square is equal to BD square, we'll get BD square is equal to 2A square. We'll get BD is equal to root 2A. Okay, this is root 2A, this is A. That will give me A square by root 2A ka whole square. Basically Pythagoras theorem I'm going to use. I'll get 1 by 2 into A square by A square gets cancelled. 1 by 2 will be there. This goes to the right hand side. Over. Okay. Deepak, how are you feeling? Not solving this completely. Can you do this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who had asked this question? Are you clear with this? Can you do this? Bindu, can you do this? Yeah. Remember the equilateral triangle thing. Any two equilateral triangle will be similar because all 60, 60, 60, A. Okay. Anyhow you put, no corresponding sides also required there. Okay. Just remember that, and then you see where am I getting Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem is coming here. A, this will become root 2a. You solve it. We have done this thing 100 times. Okay. You can root 2a. You can crack this. Okay. So one last question. I will take some 2-3 minutes more. This is question 15, I think. Yeah. Question. So same similar stuff will be used in 8th question also, Asgar. Okay. Try that. If you still have a doubt, let me know. Okay. Question 15 of exercise 5. Question 15 of exercise 5. Equilateral triangle is given, guys. Okay. Equilateral triangle is given, which means we have to remember the properties of an equilateral triangle. You see, all sides are equal. All angles are 60 degrees. These are all important properties. Some other things might also be useful. Let's see here. A, B, C. D is a point on the side BC such that BD is equal to 1/3 BC. Okay. So, okay, let me just make you picturize that. BD is equal to 1/3 BC means D is somewhere here. Okay. This is 1/3, which means 2 more will come here. Okay. We good with this? This is how my mind works as soon as I see a fraction. Okay. BD is equal to 1/3 BC. And now I know I can join this. Yeah. I know I can join this here. One more thing I can make 90 degree. Okay, why am I making that 90 degree? First of all, why am I joining AD? Chalo, it's in the two proof statement. Okay. AD is there in two proof statement. AB is there in two proof statement. My mind is going, there is no 90 degree anywhere. Can I make a 90 degree? Can you do that by doing a construction? Okay. So my hint is construct altitude AM perpendicular to BC. Okay. Now you try for Pythagoras theorem and you try to get an equation where only AD and AB are there. Might be that you will get it. Okay. This is my hint. See, I want AD square is already there. AB square is already there. I can use this something of this. Okay. And I can get to an equation. I can use like Pythagoras theorem and I can get to an equation. Okay. That's my hint. Try it out. Maybe you'll be able to crack it. Okay. We okay, guys? I know this class was very, very rushed, but it was like a lot of things in this chapter has a lot of things. And I am feeling a little more confident about proofs right now than I myself was feeling a little bit in the last, when we started this chapter. Okay. Our adjustment from arithmetic and algebra took some time. Okay. It's okay. What I'm going to do now, yeah, it was very fast and it's okay. Like I will tell you key, we will come back to this again and again. Okay. Before the final exam, we will have come back to this at least 2 more times where we will do all these questions, maybe once or twice more if we need, whoever needs. Yeah. We'll do separately. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you this, I'm going to send you the UT. Okay. I'm going to send you the